amazing 6th grade artists. Today I'm going to teach you how to paint this. I'm sure you remember seeing these artworks in the office created by 3rd graders. They're inspired by this artwork called Under the Wave off Kanagawa, commonly known as the Great Wave. It was created by a Japanese printmaker named Katsushika Hokusai. The subject of this artwork is not actually the wave. The subject is Mount Fuji, which is located under the wave. Under the Wave off Kanagawa is part of a series created by the artist, which is called 36 Views of Mount Fuji. Here are a few of the artworks that were created for the series. Hokusai was a prominent ukiyo-e artist, the name for the mass-produced woodblock prints of the Edo period. The woodblock prints have a similar process to the prints that you did last week on the foam. However, instead of foam, there is a piece of wood, and there's a separate piece of wood used for every color. We will be doing a painting or a drawing inspired by this artwork. I'm going to begin with crayon because I'm going to do a watercolor resist. If you want, you can start with pencil and then write over it with the crayon or with marker or whatever materials you want to use. You also don't have to do this as a painting. First, start with the arch of the wave and then draw some squiggle lines for the whitewash. You can practice this on another piece of paper as well. You may want to have a reference image of the Great Wave to look at while also watching this video. This video is playing quickly, so please feel free to pause or rewind to catch up on the steps. Now I'm drawing Mount Fuji and one of the boats. You don't need to draw the boats in your artwork if you don't want to. Those are the little fishermen. Now the second wave that's underneath the Great Wave. And some more whitewash using squiggled lines. Now draw the lines that will divide the colors in the wave. Notice how they are curved in the shape of the arch of the wave, and they're not straight lines. The curved lines help to create the flow of the water. Now I'm drawing the second boat. Again, you do not need to draw the boats in your artwork if you don't want to. You also don't have to draw Mount Fuji. And you can draw your waves bigger, smaller, however you'd like. Some more curved lines for the second wave. The next step is to color or paint your artwork. Look how creative the 3rd graders got with their colors. Remember, we're using Under the Wave off Kanagawa as inspiration. You do not need to paint yours in the same colors as the original. I'm going to paint mine like the original just in case you want to, and I am using watercolors. Remember with watercolors that you need to leave the white of the paper rather than painting white. If you don't have watercolors at home, you can do this with crayon, marker, colored pencils, whatever you have. You can also do it with a different type of paint like tempera paint. That's what we used for the 3rd graders, or acrylic paint. If you do a watercolor painting, you're going to want to do this on thicker paper like watercolor paper or cardstock and not printer paper. I'm painting different color blues, dark blue and a lighter blue, alternating the different sections just like it is in the original print. But again, you do not need to do this. You can make this your own by changing the colors. Get creative and use artistic license. Here's a great example from a really creative 3rd grader. I'm going to show you how to paint a different sky. I'm going to do a sunset where I'm going to blend from yellow to red. So I'm taking yellow watercolor, and notice how I go all the way off the edge of the page. Now when I did the orange, I overlapped onto the yellow so that it blended. Now I'm doing more orange, and to make it darker, you can add less water. Notice how if I just put a streak of red across it, it doesn't blend, but then I overlap it with the orange and it starts to blend. So make sure you overlap your colors if you want them to blend smoothly like this and not look like stripes. I can't wait to see what your skies and your waves look like. Get creative.